going on simultaneously. You can catch one on PGL_Dota. We're here on PGL_Dota 2 right now. Don't even get me started on the whole 1-2 thing. I know it's a bit confusing, but just stick with it, all right? The second stream is on the one without the 2, the best stream you're tuned into right now, because we've got a good match coming up. Secret versus paiN. Our panel are back with us once more. Winter, now or never, really, for paiN. It's no more get out of jail cards now. They have to win this one, and then they have to beat Effect in the last one to have a slim chance of getting out of the group. With the way that Secret got beaten earlier by Mineski, does that give paiN a little bit of hope? Or do you just feel like that was such a pango game and that's done and Secret will move on from it?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of weight on the pango pick there. They were caught by surprise, but I remember watching paiN's game earlier. I thought I had, they would be able to pull it off. I had some faith with them. Then I said I gave up after that game.
Yeah, you did. You've kind of got off the paiN train now, aren't you? So yeah. I guess you just put Secret ahead of them now.
Yeah, Secret will always be ahead of them in this tournament, but it's always about whether they can just pull off an upset in a BO1.
Yeah. But
I feel like it's very, very unlikely. But there's always a chance. But still,
always a chance.
I think after that game, probably.
Let me see if I can persuade Will that paiN might win this. Their record in the DPC this season is 1-16. No, that's not helping, is it?
That was. I don't know why you told me that.
Yeah, yeah, it's not good. It was 1-11 before they came in here.
Who they beat? Vici? Vici?
It was a best of one. Best of one against Vici.
Oh.
Was it with Weeha? Was that game with Weeha? They
think
played
it was with Wii. It definitely wasn't with... I don't think it was with ARMS.
What have you got against ARMS?
Why are you laughing? I don't have anything against ARMS.
No, I don't think so. I just think
he was new, and I haven't seen... They haven't...
He hasn't shown up here, though, has he?
Oh,
we've not seen anything so far from here.
He's in a rough tournament.
Yeah. It is a rough tournament.
But he's 17, right? He's really young.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think this is his natural role. So, how much do you blame the guy?
Yeah.
The way that it worked is I think they needed somebody for WESG. He fit the bill. They did okay with him. They just had tournament after tournament.
Sure.
It was I don't know how much time they got to practice with him or anything like that. They did very well at WESG, but for whatever reason, they just haven't figured out a way to make him work, or he's struggling a bit because everyone here is a killer.
Mm.
There are no free wins, I say, but we just talked about Effect. It's just difficult for them. Do I think they'll win this one versus Secret? The Puppy has a tendency to be a little bit crazy with his draft sometime, and he overthinks. I think he outthinks himself. He'll do stuff that nobody else will do, and in that regard, sure, but it's we did what we said 95-5 for the last match.
Yeah. What would you have this one?
Don't laugh.
Don't ask Winter because he'll come up with some weird math.
I would say that it would probably be 85-15 for me. Or 90-10. I don't think it's 95-5.
Jack, be paiN Gaming's cheerleader right now. Tell us why they're going to win this one.
Well, the deepest memory I have of Team Secret playing against a South American team was against SG from the Kiev Major. I think they had Bounty, Wisp first 2 pick supports, and they were up against Stark Storm, and they didn't have a chance to win that game because they had the snowball, but they weren't able to do so. So maybe that's something that happens in this game. To be fair to paiN, again, for ARMS as well, that point is I think paiN has been on the road more or less nonstop for about 2 months or so.
Yeah.
And after Weeha stopped standing in for them, it's you don't really have time because you're constantly traveling. You have visas to worry about, so you don't really have time to. Your options are limited for finding someone to come in. But yeah, ARMS has looked a bit outclassed, to say the least, this tournament. So.
All right, draft underway. Witch Doctor first pick for Secret. No surprise there. And a paiN DP opening from paiN.
The paiN pick maybe, because Omni is in a pool, so maybe they are preparing the potential Omni pick coming from Secret, or maybe trying to dissuade that. Can understand a DP opening. A is banned. DP becomes really, really good when DP is not in. A is not in the pool.
Oh, Tiny.
An early Tiny from Secret.
Mid one crushed with this hero. Previous tournament.
Do you think he's more like a mid hero now? He's more suitable for mid?
I think it's fine as an offlaner too. And the best thing about it is that it can go anywhere and succeed. Like we saw Pasha play it earlier today.
Yeah. They played in all 3 lanes
I
as
think
well.
Tiny is just such an unbelievable hero. He's very strong, wins a lot of lanes, isn't really bad against anything. Like there are heroes that are good against him, but that's different than him being bad against something, right?
Usually the go-to counter I would say would be Life Stealer.
Yeah.
Life Stealer is a very common one.
I mean Disruptor too, because you can't get out of the field, as well as Void.
Bat Rider too. So it can be annoying.
Yeah, but you could make that case for like a lot of heroes.
Yeah, the fact that he just has a place in the game, like anywhere, you can't really dumpster him out of lane unless you really overcommit with the pick or heroes. And then he creates some tempo. There's big play potential out of this hero as well in terms of save or
And
initiation.
status resistance, his ultimate. This is also very useful and makes him like very annoying to deal with in the fights.
I'm still enjoying the throwaway tree animation on kills.
When you just like
When you
toss
just walk
it.
away from someone and you just toss it at someone as the last thing you're going to throw at them, and you walk away the other way and the other guy blows up.
It's
It's very
Dota's answer.
satisfying somehow.
It's Dota's answer to the mic drop.
I'm going to remember that next time it happens.
And I feel like I don't know, just from the secret games that we've seen, they've been picking Kunkka a lot. There's like a Kunkka or an Ursa that's like been their thing this tournament.
The Ursa is like, I feel like from my perspective, the way I understand the Ursa pick is when they are up against like a pressure lane from the opponent. Opponent has a really strong off lane and they feel that Ursa is a carry that can absorb the pressure. You go to the lane, you skill more points into your Earth Shock and you deal with the pressure thrown at you. And the Kunkka is like, just I think mostly for the gyro. I'm not sure if there will be any other reasons for that. But Fogg was like telling us that he feels that the hero is very strong now to the point where he can also play him as a carry because of the talents.
Yeah, his talents just have sneakily gotten better and better. He has like a damage talent early on as well.
40 damage, level 10.
Yeah. Considerable, the free Demon Edge.
So they'll go with the Tuss.
Yeah.
Tuss DP.
So we can get some kills.
Yeah,
Are you
very
surprised they didn't go with the Disruptor?
for paiN.
Nah, they'd have a really awkward support duo then.
I mean, sometimes you see like double range support like Kotal Rubik or like a Dark Willow Rubik. But I think in general, like most teams like want to have like a melee, like a initiating hero. Then you have the standard like a range hero, like paiN.
I would expect paiN to. I mean, there's like the Luna that they've gone to, but or even a Medusa, some kind of big carry here. They have double save. They have Death Prophet, which obviously doesn't usually have to take up that much farm. It can help you take towers, and then you're gonna have someone to capitalize on that you want to enable as like your raid boss type of carry. So that's probably how they'll try to round out this draft against Secret.
That's terrible, right?
Yeah. There's something like Jug 2 that they ran earlier today.
I mean, for HFN, would you think like Jug will be more suitable because he's like a really aggressive player, trying to always like push out lanes. Oh, I think this was
that's a Tavo Pango.
Yeah, this is the other team that you guys said might pick Pango.
Yeah, we picked 2 teams on day 1 that we said if Pango is going to be picked by anyone, it would be picked by paiN and by Mineski.
And they have the Tuss as well.
Both
Again,
done that. Yeah.
Tuss with the shots, like I mentioned before.
Man.
Very, very good with the rolling
If
thunder.
Secret loses to Pango
Twice.
they're banning that hero.
Is Naga in the pool? No, Naga's not in the pool. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like Naga is the biggest counter towards like Pango.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
And Secret Bandit. And weirdly, Secret Bandit last time as well.
There's a lot of like soft counters. Like we saw like, the Bloodseeker game, like I mentioned, isn't so bad for the Pango. It's still fine for him.
Yeah. I think Secret have batted Naga in every game here, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to check, but I'm fairly sure we've seen them ban it in every game we've seen on this stream anyway.
This is actually, so we talked about how paiN like a lot seems to pick up drafts or strategies from teams that they've either looked directly at or played against. This is almost the same draft. So eerily similar. I don't remember if it was a Death Prophet in the game, but the Gyro was the last pick.
Yeah.
No, they had a mid Omni.
Omni.
Yeah,
okay,
they
that's
did,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
It was Omni Disruptor Tuss.
And do you know what's really funny? The Razor ABBA were both the 2 bans in the first phase. Although we had an Arc Warden ban in the second phase.
It's chameleon Dota.
Isn't like the Arbor rather strange? I think I remember
because we were talking about it before. It was not really.
Was it
a
the
counter,
previous
was it?
game? Which game it was? There was also this one game that. Oh, it was the Mineski against Secret game
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I'm
Mineski
saying.
back.
Yeah, they banned the Razor and the Aber in the first 3.
It's
And
because
then picked
Fada.
Pango.
Yeah, because of Fata.
Yeah, I guess that's all it is, right? But it's not a natural counter, is it? For the Pangolia?
Not really though.
No, it's just
Oh.
a good Fada hero. Like
Okay.
he dominates on that
Yeah.
hero. It drags so much attention away from the other 2 lanes.
Pressures the tower and then he gets this early helm. He puts a lot of pressure on your team. Then he like transitions into a Radiant. So he's like very strong later, like throughout the game, I'd say. So they go for the Lone Druid, something that was banned in the last phase, previous time. So they're gonna have a lot of flexibility with the 2 supports like moving around the map.
The mid-omni's banned. None of that stuff going on.
They're trying to figure out what Fada hero is going to come.
There's Tide, there's
Good luck
Underlord.
with that. Yeah, good luck with that very deep pool.
5 seconds remaining.
They still don't know what the safe laner is from paiN either, though.
Do you want his top 10 right now?
Sure.
Bat, Tide, Razor, Abaddon, Underlord, Axe, amazingly, Pugna, LC, Bristle, and Magnus. Those are his most played 10 in the last 3 months.
I like the Pugna this game, actually. It gives them a lot of extra push power early on. They can take objectives. It's pretty good against some of paiN's heroes directly. I think the Pango, obviously, like with the Rolling Thunder, you're not really as afraid of the Pugna, but anytime that you're not in that, you can get burst or take a lot of damage pretty quickly.
I feel really sorry for the Tusk, by the way, who's being skewered
5 seconds remaining.
by the Pango.
They're gonna be
Look at
best
that, chopping
buddies.
his
They're
arm
gonna
off
be
there.
best buddies in the game. They're gonna work
Yeah.
together.
Doom, okay. Not one we had on the list for Fada, but okay.
I guess they just want to make sure that this Pango is not going to be a nuisance.
Yeah, is that what they're going to do it for? Is they going to tuck him away? Middle of the fight?
Probably. They're going to make sure that they
10
get...
seconds
Like, if
remaining.
DP has her ultimate up, you don't really want to doom her. Unless
5
before she pops it.
seconds
So I guess mainly you want to doom the Pango so he doesn't annoy the whole fight.
Yep.
It does work both ways, right? If you do get the jump on the DP, you can just kind of end the fight right
And that's the
there.
other thing right
Yeah.
now, isn't it? That they will have had a chance to have discussed how to deal with the Pango
Yeah.
after they played against it. They'll have a much better idea, won't they?
All right, if you're going to go crazy, pick Wraith King. It's good against the Lone Druid Bear.
Yeah, it's
Good against Doom.
Let's do.
If I'm paiN Gaming, take a risk.
I think they already took a risk, didn't they?
I
Isn't
don't
the
think
Pango
it's...
already a
Is
risk?
Pango a risk?
Well,
It's a good hero though.
I still think it's like Medusa Luna here. Again, they have like 2 saves that they can really take advantage of, especially from the Doom.
If I had crazy ideas, I would say Clinks
I mean,
or
Wraith King is not even that crazy though. It makes a lot of sense. It's pretty rational, logical. It's really good against 2 of their cores. Works well with their heroes.
wouldn't Medusa be pretty disgusting as well here?
Medusa would be like something like a very greedy
Cheese.
draw. Like not really cheese, but very like, greedy.
Okay. A PA. Haven't seen too many of those. Seen plenty of bans on the Phantom Assassin at this time, but not too many picks. So
So-
HFN is going to take the PA.
PA did get a pretty substantial buff, so pretty much you can always throw the dagger. Like even against BKB units, still do damage, and you can even kill couriers with it.
Okay, gents, it's time. Have we learned our lesson about Pangolia? Winter.
Yes,
You already
but
knew the lesson anyway.
yeah,
You
I
went with
mean-
Mineski last time. Do you go with the Pango again this
I
time?
was trying to convince everyone.
You
that,
were, and I think everyone else afterwards was like, oh, I wish you'd said that earlier.
I mean, I think it's difficult to go with paiN here, so I'm just gonna go with Secret, just
Okay.
so that you don't come up with that 122 whatever record that I have.
Yep, you've got 1 correct and 3,463 wrong so far at this tournament alone. Will?
I'm going to go with the Pango.
Okay.
Undefeated. It's got
Undefeated,
a 100% win rate
Pro
on land.
win rate, yep.
Stats don't lie.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
all
I
right.
like it. Jack?
So it seems we took different lessons away from that Pango game. My lesson was that Ice is really good on that hero. Ice is not on paiN Gaming, therefore I'm going to pick Secret.
You doubting Tavo?
He's not Ice.
That's Tavo, my man. Let's go.
I love the logic. I love the logic, Jack. That's very good. Okay. There is no ice on paiN Gaming. That much is true. What is not true is that the game is not decided by panel members. So let's head over to our commentary team for paiN Gaming's Pangolier Bonanza.
Yeah, thank God we don't give that much power to our panel. Maybe this is the kryptonite. Pangolier against Team Secret. 100% win rate against them.
I gotta go with Jack on this one.
Very small sample size.
No, there's no ice. Ice is undefeated on Pangolier. Okay, Tavo has never won a game professionally playing Pangolier. I think that's the important thing to know.
I'm glad you added that last bit in there of like playing Pangolier, because that would have been even more brutal on him. But paiN Gaming, yeah, they need something. They're 0-5 so far at the tournament standings. Team Secret also want to grab this win so they can still contest. If they lose this game, they can't contest the second position anymore. It'll just be straight down to E.G. Mineski. So there is no situation. Like, it would already be a weird situation for them to claim the top 2. So keep the hopes alive at least by grabbing a victory in this matchup and keep them out of potential elimination. So, lane-wise, how are we looking? We have a lone druid for Ace, surprise, surprise, heading up towards the north. They'll put mid-1 into the mid lane as the Tiny, and then down on the bottom lane, a bit more aggressive. Puppy's first pick Witch Doctor, we're used to this by now. Yapsaw's ES, going to be working with Fada's off-lane Doombringer. This is up against Duster's Bane, HFN, safe lane Phantom Assassin, and they're still actually going out at this. Like, this is still Fada. Okay, Paralyzing Cast, Rolling Boulder in. Duster, King RD, he's just rotated in with that Tuskar. Shards on cooldown. Duster, he will go down. Fada losing so much life as well. Got the first blood for Team Secret, but losing your offlaner and then potentially your secondary support. Rolling Boulder off cooldown right now. Yapsaw, he's got the distance, he's got the speed, and he has got the life.
The thing is that what they really wanted to do was deal with the creep wave. So trading 1 for 1 and getting the pull off is worth, because now it'll secure that Doom actually has a game.
Well, Puppy's trying to come in to contest the pull point. Like, I think he's body blocking it. That's why he put himself in that position. But now the Radiant Creep Wave is here too. Gets brain sapped out. And Duster, with the brain sap, is the man to get the kill.
Yeah, I mean, he blocks the camp. So that's a win in a sense, but is it?
Yeah, is it? Yapsor and Fada come back in again. They are really wanting to keep this Doombringer out. With the Shards, Fada is this one armor Doombringer that just cannot sustain against the damage output. And how long can Secret keep this up? Like, do they want to keep this up as well? You've got a lone Druid up against a Pangolier. This is a very, I won't say it's easy, but there seems to be a lot of CS coming the way of Pangolier compared to Ace.
Yeah, definitely. The taunt.
Ah, such a good one. I like it. Bottom lane, Yapsaw's in trouble. He has no rolling boulder, and they're just letting HFN kill him slowly under the tower. It took a couple of extra hits for it, but a kill's a kill.
It's similar to the last game, where they just get too aggressive in the massive creep wave, and
they're going again.
Yeah.
Snowball is coming off cooldown half a second time, potentially underneath the tier 1 tower. They got a full creep wave with them too, so Stifling Dagger. Scorched Earth will give Fade a little bit more movement speed, but they were waiting for it. They just shot him up, and paiN Gaming claimed their 5th kill.
That CFTP? Oh my God.
It's great! Tavo just wants the Courier, but he can't get it. Yapsor and Puppy control him, and that's an off-lane Pangolier that will die. There's 3 kills on HFN in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's not the hero that Secret wants to be getting such a good start, but the thing is, at least they ran out of mana, so they can no longer kill Fata. Even though he has 3 deaths, he's going to collect like level 3.5 under this tower, and then he'll have a double wave to fight with as well.
So is that diminishing returns, right? Ever since the changes. But hey, Bane's getting more out of this too. They're finally now pulling the wave back, so they try and get a little bit more control. The one lane we haven't really looked at all is that mid lane, mid 1. He's got a little bit more regeneration up his sleeve. Death Prophet just burned her salve.
Yeah.
But DP can definitely add some nice tower pressure once she's got that Exorcism up. That mid 1, I suppose mid 1 can just destroy the creep wave.
I really like the PA last pick in this game, as long as he gets ahead. And as you can see, he already has the 3 kills, and he's free farming. And this is the hero paiN needs to look at to carry them throughout this game. His only real weakness is that if he falls behind, there's so much burst damage from Secret and so much magic damage that he could just die. But I think he'll be fine. He's got a great start, and I actually think it looks good for paiN already.
Yeah, he's 600 net worth in front. You actually kind of wonder it too. Like, you pick up the Pangolier, we meme, we joke, we laugh about it, but he can still be very effective in the fights. But the Phantom Assassin is just one of these heroes. Okay, Tavo going after Puppey, as Puppey did put the level 1 maledict on him. Tavo pushes away. Puppey still surviving as here comes YapzOr. Tavo, you can taunt all you want. He's so low on life, they can use the Cure to get vision up high ground. Earth Spirit can't close the distance. Meanwhile, Doombringer does die on the bottom lane. Tavo jumps out, salves up, then... It sounds so much like Star Wars, I'm just saying.
They ran
Copyright pending.
Their Pango draft is very similar to Mineski's as well, where they have a really hard carry in the PA that's also not necessarily tanky, but he counters Tiny and Lone Druid because you really just can't hit him. They're going to miss 50% of the time. And then they also have a DP, which is a naturally high sustain, very tanky core. And they can just counter PA to do the damage, and these guys can just stay alive.
They're going again on Fada. So easy to close the distance when you got that Phantom Strike. Paralyzing cast from Puppey will split things up, but then the cast bounces down into the creep wave. The Hadouken inside of Fada, combining with the Malediction, gives the kill back the opposite direction. Fada now trying to salve up himself into the trees. They'll cancel it with a Stifling Dagger, and the last hit from Duster finishes the job. But Duster as well as HFN, they're still inside the trees. It's not the easiest fight for them. The mid battle, however, going on. You lost the Death Prophet. It was a 1-for-1 trade-off. Tavo's rotation was able to mop up YapzOr as mid one retreats back towards that tier 1. And it was not enough for paiN to get out of that tree line in the bottom lane. So Fada and Puppey shared the kill as the tower did a lot of the work as well.
In the meantime, Ace is just all alone up top, free farming. Be curious to see if he goes for the Midas Rush or the HOD.
He's got the... it's only a Glove of Haste so far in his quick buy.
Oh no, it's he has full HOD items on Courier. So that's I like that a lot. He traditionally, he was the guy that kept starting with Midas, but I think that this build change has made this hero a lot stronger. He gets the root already.
Oh, that's a nice bit of luck. Tavo copying a lot of damage, and the body block from the bear gave more time for Ace to attack in. Tavo needs more time. He's going to bottle around the trees, as well as one charge up, and then a quick jump away. Ace, he can dive this with the bear. If he gets a first hit and tangle, this dive could keep going. And Tavo into the trees. Support's coming in as the Phantom Assassin who TPs towards the top, but an instant Savage Roar sends HFN running away and Ace back into the safety of the lane. So maybe it's time for rotations, as YapzOr does exactly that. Kills off Tavo. Has the Observe Ward on the hill. Probably thought he would be coming in for the Shrine usage. Middle lane, mid one. Okay, he's being zoned out by King RD. Arms has the catapult, so there should be a heavy amount of damage into the tier 1.
I really don't like this PA teleport top. He was free farming bottom, and now he's going to have to run all the way toward bottom again because you can't lane against a Lone Druid with HOD. It's not possible.
Yeah. Well, Pangolier's now down the bottom lane. Mid-tower, mid-one actually got the denial, and here comes YapzOr in from the side, but Phantom Assassin attacking into mid-one. YapzOr puts down the boulder, so you at least have the silence. He can't Stifling Dagger, which means there's no way for HFN to finish off mid-one. YapzOr will pick up the double kill, saving the life of his mid. But revenge is on the way. Duster, Brain Sap, so much damage so quickly into Puppey. Level 6 is finally onto the Phantom Assassin. But the tier 1 tower on the top lane being taken by Ace while everyone is absent.
Yep, this is the issue for paiN right now, is that their whole team is centered around this PA, and the tempo timing of Secret is going to be so high. Look how farmed YapzOr is. He has 5 kills already.
Yep. Not a bad day for him. He's got more net worth than the Tiny has. Almost 3,000 net worth on him.
Yep. In the meantime, DP falling
Tuska's
behind.
dead, potentially. Nightmare on the bottom, but it's Ace chasing down King RD. He's able to get the entangle bottom lane. Tavo just rolling, bouldering through, looking for that hit, just pushing around these Team Secret players. He misses the attack, however, onto Fada, so Fada will be able to survive. The Phantom Assassin's gone. The baiN will join him. And Team Secret brought everybody but Ace down to this bottom lane, which means they'll keep pushing.
Yep. Ace is just loving the space right now, and he hits towers so hard as well. He's going to look to pressure mid. This is going to force rotations, and in the meantime, PA just died. And Doom hasn't even used Doom yet because he's not 6, but I assume he'll run straight at this PA when he is.
TPs are coming in. Looks like actually towards the mid lane, so Well, if Duster can really close this up with the Lone Druid Bear, there's no way to defend the bottom tier 1 tower, like Team Secret. They already did so much damage to that. Top lane is where like paiN Gaming have a potential for trade. Puppey has already begun his TP into the trees.
I'm just, it's so hard now for paiN because the PA is so weak. He can no longer play as aggressive as he was during the laning phase, and he's forced to just like farm. But as soon as this Earth Spirit hits 6, him plus any hero on his team is going to land a kill on him very easily. It's just so much magical damage output.
Yeah. That decision is something I'm fairly certain the panel will go over pretty closely about that decision to TP top. If he gets the kill on Ace, things are great, but Bear Savage roll, you knew it was going to come. Now here comes your TP support in from Secret. They already used their fortification. Mid one can toss Doom in. Fada has his level 6, so the Troll Trap, Nightmare from Duster creates some space. Spirit Siphons off from Death Prophet, plus some 1 charges. The kick flies through from Yamso, a little bit off target. Arms needs some life. He's got 8 1 charges. Now the phase moves from movement speed into the trees and far away. The Ghouls give him the life back again. So Lone Druid does go down to the PA, but it's up in that tree line that you'll lose Arms. So Phantom Assassin, a much needed kill for him. Progression for the Phantom Assassin. But that pressure on top lane, you knew Secret was going to answer. It was taking way too long for paiN to push it.
Yep, it's going to be all about towers. The issue with paiN's draft is that they only really pressure towers with DP, and he's fallen so far behind. And this seems to be a common theme of paiN's games, where they're not doing too badly, their drafts make sense, they play well, but then Arms is just kind of lagging behind the rest of his team.
You wonder if that's also because of the space just not being created for him. Like, the amount of pressure which is coming in from every single team at this tournament. You make space for 1 hero, and that's probably already hard enough. And that 1 hero is the Phantom Assassin. Pangolier is going to steal the DD.
Maybe he's going the exact same items as Ice was. Which makes sense. It is by far the most successful Pango build with 100% win rate.
Successful Pango player. Revealing up on top, Arms will die. 4 heroes smoke up, gank onto the Death Prophet. No reason to use the 1 charges. You can Spirit Siphon. Actually did burn the 1 charges. But he was totally dead.
Indeed.
And now paiN actually smoke up themselves. So Death Prophet's dead for 20 seconds. They're pinging bottom lane, so it looks like they're going to try and assault Ace.
He might be going full range build in this game. He's already finished Phase Boots on his hero now, and he's going Quilla next, so he might just be skipping Radiance entirely, which I don't mind, because the key timing to killing a PA, if you're not just crushing the game, is the MKB. And I think range form Lone Druid can get that a lot faster than Bear.
They need to get this slow onto Ace with the double damage of Tavo. They're going to do so much work. Savage Roar, that's why Tavo kept the distance, pushing around, but not pushing him out of the shards, but they still don't kill him. Yabzor instead turns this fight with the double kick, double silence. Tavo jumps away. Yapzor's rock wasn't close enough, but now he can rolling boulder forward. Gets close to distance on Tavo. And Pangolier will die. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Phantom Assassin going on Puppey. Maledict is on him, as well as the damage from the Death Ward. With 17-1 charges, looks like PA feels confident enough to survive. Especially considering no one else is coming closer to her.
It's a big kill. He's still on top of the net worth, but he needs to continue snowballing, which is hard for a PA. You don't have wave clear until Battle Fury, so this next 2 to 4 minutes is really key for him to maybe grab 1 more kill and just continue to accelerate. But I'm afraid if you look at Secret scores, like the Lone Druid Tiny are very far ahead of their counterparts in the Pango and the DP.
Yeah, and Tiny's going to get more aggressive soon. Just picked up the Shadow Blade, so mid 1 has the ability to fight nice and hard. King RD is... He didn't see him. It's unfortunate for him because he has the Invis rune looking for a nice target. Now he sees Yapzor rotating as well, so mid 1 hides inside of Roshan, waits for the Shadow Blade to come off, but there's the Avalanche Toss combination, and Pangolier, thanks to the silence of Yapzor, had no way just to bounce himself out of the fight, but Fiend's Grip into mid, Lone Druid in trouble, lockdown, controlled. Another big kill. So you're happy with this trade-off if you're paiN Gaming. Keeping that Lone Druid down. Arms looking to have a crackdown on bottom lane. Fada starting his TP. King RD needs the vision to snowball forward. And unfortunately, it came way too late. So the trees will fall. And Phantom Assassin, not healthy either. Those 1 charges, the Maledict, okay, it's not going to be enough. It's level 4 Maledict, but it's still not enough to kill HFN.
If the rock had hit from Yapzor there, I think he would have died just thanks to the extra damage from Maledict. But alas, it was wide range. A word any Vikings fan knows well.
What is this dominated siege creep doing just sitting at the shrine?
I think it's just scouting.
Yeah, but like no
Hanging
one's
out.
killing it. Now okay, it times out.
No. Ace just doing Ace things. Microing around. Probably a little upset. He's died twice trying to pressure this mid tower. Grab Vision of the Shrine for himself.
Definitely shows the problem though on Team Secret. Like you want to get really aggressive, but then you got the Fiend's Grip from the bane. One target gets locked in position and you just can't run away. So I'm still waiting for paiN Gaming to have a nice synergized team fight. Tavo caused a lot of problems bouncing around on bottom. Kept Doom just almost in a permanent stun position. But they've never been together. Now the Battle Fury has arrived for the Phantom Assassin. They shard up, Snowball as well. Ace to be controlled, the jump in, Stifling Dagger, and whoa! Hi, crit! Wait, he's not playing.
One of the issues with the range form Lone Druid is you're a heck of a lot less tanky than you are when you're going melee form.
Especially when he's up against a double damage rune on a Phantom Assassin.
Indeed. With the Battle Fury.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they pop the DP ult, and they don't get any objective off of it, and it's just going to be kind of a retreat into farming, and that's one of the not a downside of paiN, but a crisper team either saves that cooldown, or they're immediately going to backdoor this bottom tower at 400 health. And instead they just sort of grab the kill and then play super conservatively because they weren't fast enough.
I'm surprised they actually didn't backdoor that tower. Like you got the double damage ring on the Phantom Assassin, you had the Exorcism, you had the life, and no real big abilities were committed. It was shards and Snowball. That was the extent of the control abilities that were used.
Yeah, you still. Thing is, they ran out of sentries. They just got a couple delivered, I believe. And there's a Titan with Shadowblade, Doom with Doom active, and an Earth Spirit with a Blink now.
Why
so,
take the risk?
Yeah, it's just hard if you're not fast enough because they don't want to fight with DP ult down, and they're afraid of the initiation from Secret, and rightly so.
This Observer Ward in mid's getting good information for paiN. They see Ace and YapzOr running down the mid, so the attack will come from mid tier 1 tower. They're trying to find the kill before it. Mid 1 being flipped up by the car. No! YapzOr, the two-man kick and silence again! He's so good at it. The Nightmare buys time for Duster. HFN wants a good target to fight into, and it's Ace. Underneath that tier 1 tower, Puppey paralyzing Cask with no extra creep. It's armed as well as HFN, who just get controlled. But here we go again. Tavo rolling boulders forward. Where is this attack? No, PA! She got doomed. She was ready to jump in the mid 1, but the control factors are way too high from Team Secret. Fada with the patience of his ultimate, and paiN Gaming only having the Pangolier left alive.
Yeah, PA is good against Doom in the sense that he has very little armor and you kill him in the laning phase, but throughout the game, he has no counterplay for that. If he gets doomed, he's just going to die. You no longer really threaten anyone because you can't dagger them, you can't leap to them, and you just die in that time. And if, God forbid, Doom ever gets Ags, that's the end of PA for the entire game.
Yeah. And they didn't have that control because they lost the support so early. We're going once again, however. Tavo's in the back lines, wants to do a quick jump and the attack into Ace. The kick, however, still good with the avalanche combination. baiN gets deleted. A 4-man silence, giving HFN a little bit more confidence to jump forward, slow down Fana. Spirit Cypher, make sure there is no movement speed. Mid 1 knows this is no fight. Just TP's out. Puppey! Oh, there's your crit. RNG can pull paiN back into this game and they ping Roshan instantly.
They need to Roche here. This is a huge win for them if they get the Sages.
Well, they have the end of the Exorcism, so this time they don't actually waste after a fight.
You have to keep on playing against Doom. Aegis is paramount, and obviously this isn't going to win them the game. Oh, they're back?
Yeah, they're worried. YapzOr could go for the steal, and they're tanking too much.
Yeah, that's true. And YapzOr's Earth Spirit has been on point this game. He's just crushing these fights for Secret. Already been a part of 17 of the 19 kills, but it's really just the damage output and the double stuns and the huge magnetizes.
Yeah. It's been definitely his game. A blink and going in for a Yule Scepter as well. So let's watch this mid fight once more. So a nice isolation on mid 1, but the kick follow up. paiN and Tuskar just have no effect.
Yep. And Ace takes so much damage. Like, it's crazy how fast he has to retreat just because PA leaps on him. And he plays well. They get the big root on the DP, and then he dies as well. The Rolling Bolt. Is it Rolling Bolt? It's Rolling Thunder.
It's Rolling Bolt. No, it's not Rolling Boulder, right? It's Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
Because you got Rolling Boulder and Rolling Thunder.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I was confused. I'm like, why am I saying the wrong word?
Was I bouldering, was I? Well, yeah, that's me. I
think
I butcher all words.
I think there is actually a Rolling Boulder, though.
Yeah, there is on ES. He's a rolling twit, all right? That's what he is. As Tavo begins the rolling twat down towards Fada. just knock him around, snowball forward as well. They want to try and kill him off. The silencers are good. And Doombringer and Witch Doctor get cleaned up very quickly before the rest of Team Secret can arrive. As the Rolling Thunder does its work.
I will say, the thing I'm concerned about Secret is that without this Radiance timing, since Lone Druid's going to range form build, he doesn't have a natural timing where they're strong. And paiN Gaming has just DP ult and Pango ult, and then they're ready to rock.
PA has to bounce back. More farm must be had.
Yeah.
Not to mention the tier 3 tower defense after they've lost their mid.
Yeah, remember, the Doom in the VP game, Pasha chose to get a Blade Mail. Fasa's just going for this Crimson Guard right away, but at the moment he's running around with 3 armor, which I am not a fan of, because he's just exploding. He goes to 0 when Pango hits him with the Heart Piercer, and then all of a sudden he's just taking pure damage from PA. And one crit and he's dead.
This is kind of what we're tossing up, like with the last picks coming in from Team Secret, what was going to be a really good pickup against Pangolier. Like, even when he was picked up in the early phase, like, okay, you want to have something with armor, but the problem is Pangolier can remove so much of this. So how do you actually sustain when it connects to you? Like, you want to pick up a Blade Mail, but does that armor even really remain with you?
It's more about removing yourself as a viable target. If you saw in the game, Pasha played, like, you just put yourself in a poor position and make them target you.
Arms needs some space. Yep, Saw puts the on him, and that should be enough to tick him out. Oh, the Duke up and down. Arms, he has a lot of life. Goes for the Spirit Siphon and the double silence. This actually allows Arms to turn around and buy more time for his teammates to arrive. Snowball, it doesn't get the pick up, but you do get the Walrus Punch, and Tavo rollering, thundering forward. Puppy, he has the Paralyzing Cast. No one's near King RD, but it actually doesn't matter when the Maledict will connect because no one's near King RD. They can't get any kind of rebuttal, even if the stun doesn't do its work. Yapsaw and Fada, a nightmare on Fada, as Tava just jumps up the hill. Duster may not be so lucky. Trying to get back into relative safety. HFN's nearby, but he knows he can't help out. One stifling dagger is all he can do.
Yeah, they really didn't want to take that fight. HFN just picked up his BKB. He was farming it in the meantime, and he had no teleport. And I like that, I mean, DP survives there, but he gets a little too greedy, expecting team support, and now they're going to give up Roach for it.
Yep. Even if there's room for Yapsol so we can stand guard. This is the worst case scenario for paiN. A fight you never wanted to take. And now, Roshan. And what have we got? We got a Blink Dagger for Tavo. They're on the way over. Roshan dies, so Ace has the Aegis Immortal, and then they want to really take this fight? King RD continues to run forward. Arms does have the X's and Paralyzing Cast. He's going to bounce down to Tavo, and the BKB is burned to Phantom Assassin. She got doomed. So just tries to hide it in the immunity, but there is no fight arriving.
They'll take that trade. They use Doom right as the PA BKBs, so they cancel it out, but at the same time, they have Aegis, and that helps the Lone Druid a lot. And it allows, like, now they win the next fight, pretty much. They're rushing Silver Edge on the Tiny. I think once they get that item, they should be able to look for an engagement and just go straight for this Phantom Assassin. Or honestly, blowing up the Death Prophet's fine, too. It's really just kill one person before they cast a spell.
Take whatever you can get. And Tuskar's going to be in no position to really save. He's got it in the quick buy, but it's the dream with the Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger into Snowball can be the protection you require, especially with the lower duration now, I believe, on Silver Edge. It's, yeah.
Is it? Yeah, 4 seconds instead of 5, I believe.
Yeah, I think I remember that in the last change log. Yeah, just 1 second off. And Arms is pushing bottom. They have Exorcism available, so they're good for a fight. Doom, while it's down, and also Doom completely absent. They want to keep pushing. That Sentry Ward's still down before. Mid-1 going to get hit pretty damn hard. Fiend's Grip holds with position as Arthur charges through 3, and the silence follow-up. Yapsaw, he tries to change us out with the big Magnetize. The BKB's up there to protect. Arms will actually go down as Ace, how much damage can he do? Even the kick from Yapsaw just holding paiN in position. HFN doesn't have the life. One charges won't be enough. Yapsaw will have a double kill. The Magnetize did so much tick that all Ace had to do was sit there and give the extra bit of oomph damage.
It's such a hard fight to take an Aegis, and it's all that wolf creep, Toby. Like, you cannot underestimate just how strong this creep is. It's 30% damage on a hero that is now hitting for 200 thanks to it, and I feel like that fight just comes down to Aegis, where they're comfortable taking it. You can see DB goes in, casts the silence on mid one, who's a little out of position, but they use so much to kill mid one. Once this Rolling Thunder ends, all of a sudden they're out of damage. And the PA has DD for this fight, if I'm not mistaken, but he's just getting kited for the roll away from YapzOr after the leap, and now he's not on the target. Ace is just cleaning up with the Dragonlance, hitting people from a billion units away, and everybody's dead.
And how many times, so HFN bailed out at the start of that fight just because YapzOr was able to be the initiation. And then he realizes, okay, I got an opportunity to jump back in, but my BKB is now worn off and then gets double kicked by YapzOr. I'm wondering if he starts becoming like target number 1 sometime soon, just to get rid of this ES effect.
He's 8, 2, and 15 right now, present for 23 out of 26 kills. And this is part of the reason. This hero seems to be really, really weak in the wrong player's hands, but with YapzOr, it's great.
There's so many heroes. Oh, the Phantom Strike! He goes up to the creep wave at the same time as mid one trying to attack it, so a Fiend's Grip attack. Maybe they have the Crimson Guard protection. It's not going to be enough. Down for 54 seconds. The crit spilling out into Poppy. Pouncing cast turns it around, and here we go again. The Magnetized turn on. HFN is trapped inside the root. Poppy needs some distance. HFN won't tick out from this. The fight very much split out. As paiN Gaming lose 4, Tavo just wants to roll away from this nightmare. He will be able to do such a thing, but YapzOr wants to keep the chase going. Puts on the Urn Charge, up and towards the air. pangolier hits the deck, can't jump out. The Blink Dagger being disabled. YapzOr stays right on the tail, even kicks him further away, knowing the kill was coming in from Ace's last attack.
He was actually out of rocks too, so that was really his only play. He's got just the 1 left, so they're going to be a little weaker in team fights. He won't be able to make that huge counter initiation, but at this point, Ace is finally in the top net worth, and he'll have MKB finished soon, and then this PA is just going to be just
toast.
Yeah, I was going to say he'll go through him like butter on toast, but that analogy, that didn't make sense in my head.
Like a knife through hot butter.
Yeah,
that's
what I was going for.
I'm trying to work out which analogy you're going for. Like just like done a half cross. Yep. Team Secret. So what have they got? They can wait for the next Roshan that could potentially spawn up in 3 minutes. Meanwhile, removing all out of towers. Puppy, he really couldn't have stuck around out there. That's just a freebie. He's worth almost 500 gold for this kill, but YapzOr! It's a double kick silence once more. The Savage Roar sends the Tusker away, so HFN into the BKB mid one, solo on life. They have to kill off Ace, however. He's primary target number uno. With the Stifling Dagger, they've got the slow. They break the Aegis of the Immortal. They get rid of Bearer as well, so paiN Gaming stand around. They want this lone Druid. He's got so much behind him. The unstoppable streak ended by 655 gold for it. And that, for a tier 2 tower, is very much a worthwhile trade for paiN Gaming.
If they just wait 300 gold for Ace to finish his MKB, they're winning that fight 100%. But once the PA BKBs, they no longer do any damage, and Lone Druid is effectively missing half of his hits. So it's just no patience there from Secret. They're not going to get that kill 100-0 on a PA.
Yep. It looked like a good initiation after Puppy died, though. Like, the second that double kick came in, I'm like, okay, well, now PA is in trouble. But you're right, he triggered BKB when he went down to 20% of his HP, and they just look for a new target. Fada is presenting himself in the mid, the silencers. This time they bring both Dust as well as Sentries. Puppy. Oh, the damage! Combining Tavo and PA together. Way too much for Team Secret to handle. Fada wants to go for the Doom, actually gets it off. It's on the PA. YapzOr jumping in close, gets a good magnetize, but he doesn't get the Phantom Assassin with this, so Doom once again being expended. Death Prophet's in a world of hurt, no Yule set to save her, so just accepts the fact Death Prophet is dead. Doom will go down once more. The paiN Gaming get away with very few casualties. I say that. YapzOr, does he have help? Can he do this solo? Tavo? No. He'll jump away.
So Tavo choosing to go for a totally different build from Ice, where Ice went for a lot of tanky items. He's gone double Javelin already after the Blink, and
he had that at the very, very start. Like, he actually went double Javelin into the Blink Dagger, and now he's going to go Lincoln Sphere. So at this point of the game, I'm wondering if Tavo's like, I'm the man who can actually get the money, and I Lincoln's the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah. I'm just not sure if I don't know. I don't really understand Pango that well. Winter was saying that, you know, in his conversations with Ice, they prefer this tanky style because you just never die. You could absorb damage and just sort of play more of a control Pango. But this way, he can one-shot Witch Doctors. So
yeah,
that's something.
Yeah, that's basically what happened in mid. So that you use him as the pick-off of the backline and the enabler of your one.
They need to find YapzOr is the problem. But now he's got a Yols on top of the Blink. He has that armor talent. It's just, I don't know how you're going to take him down from now on.
Yeah. more and more damage needs to be built up onto the Phantom Assassin. They're actually going to go double Lincoln, so both the Pangolier as well as the Phantom Assassin are getting it. So no one's going to have unstoppable damage.
I really wish he had gone like a Deso, perhaps, instead of this S&Y, or even just rushing the Lincolns. But
paiN got some information. Puppey. Oh, King RD jumps up. The shard block actually locks Puppey in perfectly. He can't stay invincible on. The Glimmer Cape is worn off, and HFN has jumped in. The Vanguard is there to actually protect him. Arms BKB in through the rear. This is a great position for them. Jumping in deep. Ace gets bounced around. No way for Secret to control this fight, as paiN even had the Fiend's Grip available for Fada. YapzOr will free him with the kick, but now he'll lose his own life for it. Yul's up in towards the air, stunned as he hits the ground. He'll self-Yules this time around with the Magnetize, with the kick, but Tavo from range, throwing in the swashbuckling attack. Team Secret now 4 heroes down, and with the rest of the Exorcism, paiN are coming high ground. Double buyback out from Team Secret. Doom is available.
The only one they care about is Ace, and they know he doesn't have it. He just finished that MKB.
Yep. So YapzOr needs to get this control, and he got it. A 3-man kick. The Nightmare, however, bought a little bit more space, but the Doom, it's onto the Phantom Assassin. She has to get away from this one. King RD, Snowball, and Shards creating more space. He may lose his life for it, however. The silence makes it difficult for Team Secret to keep the chase going. A blink down, King RD will get the TP out. Tavo needs to do the same kind of thing. Jumps down the hill. They're TPing over towards the shrine, but HFN, he couldn't run away. YapzOr managed to track him down, but up towards the top, Tavo still on the run. Blink off cooldown, Observer Ward. There's your Yule Scepter. He'll hit the deck. Tavo needs some space creation, but the kick, the control is perfect from Team Secret. And paiN Gaming, did they push a little bit too hard?
Yeah, it's fine to do some damage right after the buybacks, but I feel like you got to get away, and certainly not tank a triple stun to the face. And then once again, the Doom on PA just takes him out. There's no counterplay for that right now, and once he's doomed, like, it's just so easy for YapzOr to hunt him down afterwards.
And they didn't want to lose this money either. Like, the Lincoln Sphere for the Pangolier is almost completed, but the Phantom Assassin just falling behind a little bit with their streaks being ended. It was YapzOr who also got all of that cash, 529 gold for the kill on the PA. So he's already building in for a 4-staff now. Actually, did he get something else? Because I feel like he had more money. No, he just spent Ob Sentries.
You can see the Rolling Thunder here was just like game-changing. He blinks in, gets the stun on both Tiny and Lone Druid, and then comes right back, finishes off the Lone Druid, the grip on Doom. It's a really well-executed fight from paiN, and just goes to show how important the initiation was, because they take out Puppey without Maledict becoming an issue, and that is a big spell in this game, and it really helps his team take down both DP and Pango.
So this is when we can look at the nice side of the fight for paiN Gaming.
Yeah. There's also there was no Doom in that fight, and it's the same in the game we just saw with VP. The Doom wants to initiate with Doom. That is the key to the hero. You want to get somebody before they cast their spells. As soon as DP ults, he's no longer a Doom target, and it's the same with the PA. The sooner you can get the PA doomed, the easier it is to kill him, and then the damage output of paiN just disappears, and you have this 15-second window where you can win the fight.
Fada's actually going to sacrifice his buyback to get that Blink Dagger so we can get the initiation you're talking about.
I think it's the right choice.
Phantom Assassin now actually has the 20% lifesteal. I know Doom stops things like the lifesteal in Lifestealer, but does it actually stop the talent lifesteal of a Phantom Assassin?
It does once you have Ags. Before Ags, it does not stop it. I don't, because it no longer disables passives. The one thing to note is that he actually has an ensnare creep already, and that is because it is the one thing that can cancel Lincolns through BKB right now, and it'll prevent, even if the PA gets Lincolns, obviously he'll still be able to
Are you really doing this? Both of the scans came up positive. There was definitely disease in the mid lane. Arm's going to blink himself in deeper with the Exorcism. The Doom is out. It's on the Phantom Assassin as he just runs away, trying to battle against Puppey. Tavo gets back down the hill. Tuskar did buy back. He just wanted to break the smoke, break the fight, and the control, however. Bear is there. Ace brings down Tavo. A Yule Scepter will buy some time for Death Prophet. Blink Dagger, and actually the Glimmer Cape allows him to stay invis. He didn't blink away. Mid-1 was standing on top of him. Only now do you actually have the Fiend's Grip control mid-1, but he breaks free of it. Ace is so low. HFN will jump in and get that kill. Magnetized from YapzOr comes a little too late, and it's mid-1 back into invis. They cannot see the target. YapzOr flies the kick and then gets the silence onto the PA. Man, he's just being a pain in the butt. And paiN Gaming will back out with the 2-2 trade.
Did they recover the gem on paiN? No, they did not.
Gem of True Sights, yeah, it's inside the Doom.
It's a big win for Secret then. mostly what's responsible for the gold swing there.
But you
They
can also
both
jump
like
that
3K.
PA right into Roshan. Now that it gets scouted out, you can flip out the Dark Troll Summoner. But this is Nagus the Immortal. They want this Aegis and Cheese for paiN Gaming. But do they have the confidence to try and do it? YapzOr is up.
They want to use this vision before it goes down. As soon as Doom runs mid, they're going to get this ward. You can see he just pinged it. Yep, they're going to get both wards now.
They have to deal with bottom lane too. That's a decent creep wave. I suppose Pangolier can get rid of that as he's spawning up now.
That was such a huge win for Secret. The vision control is paramount right now, especially with Rosh up. And if they can just control this mid lane and that hill on Radiant side, you can see they have a ward on the shrine. They have another ward middle. This is a really easy fight for Secret to win. They just want to wait the 40 seconds for Doom to come back up.
But 40 seconds and Exorcism is back up. So
Did you see how much damage Ace did to the DP though? Like still no armor items. Like as he just hits him.
and but now they've got to deal with at least the double Lincoln Sphere. So that got completed on HFN. So you've got Tavo as well as HFN, who have that ability to potentially block the Doom, see the target that comes on, get that Lincoln Sphere up quickly. Roshan is already down to 1/3 of his life. YapzOr, you can feel him itching on the edge. Wants to jump in, wants to look for the kill. They put the extra Lincoln's effect onto HFN, so they can't control him. Here comes Team Secret into the pit. YapzOr, the kick does fly through, and now King RD, they control the back lines. Who gets Roshan? Mid one under the cover of BKB, fighting inside the pit. The bear is so low. Mid one has the Aegis the Immortal. It was Secret who got the kill, and they're jumping out. The kick again! It catch in the back lines. The Phantom Assassin, she just wanted to get back out of this, but paiN Gaming can't go anywhere. Snowball will protect him. It's buying more time, at least for the Exorcism to do work, but another double kick, and the silence. paiN Gaming, they just can't catch a break here. Team Secret ensuring it, as it is only Tavo alive, and Team Secret are already coming down straight mid lane. They're looking for a rack, and they got all the time in the world.
Indeed. As he TP'd in, Ace grabbed the Wolf Creep, runs straight over. He is not pressured whatsoever during that fight, and he is just pumping out oodles of damage into paiN. If they don't deal with him, he's going to kill everybody on their lineup. And he's the one actually slaughtering the PA in the pit.
Look at Secret, they're posturing. They're like, you want to come at us? I don't think they have buybacks, guys. They can just go straight for GG's. Exactly what they're doing right now. paiN Gaming will not be up in time. This game will belong to Team Secret. Tavo can try and delay them. At least he can kill off the bear of Lone Druid. That's one small upside. Downside is, actually, there is no resummon for 20 seconds. So, Tavo up. Blink away from Fada. Fada has the Doom. One Doom, and this whole delay is gone. That's why Tavo, he'll tank it with the Lincoln Sphere. Fada still has that Doom available, and Tavo, there's not a lot he can do. Ace is sitting at the back lines. They know he's the primary target. Here's the lives coming back up again for paiN Gaming. Rolling boulder forward. Mid one protected by BKB. He does get flipped at the end, but that is Team Secret. Finishing the throne, finishing the game in 36 minutes time. Yeah.
Yep.
They were slightly
close.
tested. They were slightly tested. Look, okay, yeah, they don't even look tested. They just look thirsty.
I think they just made a couple of mistakes. I think paiN played well. The early laning phase really played a part in getting them ahead. But I know it's a minor thing, but I point back to the PAT being top.
Yep.
Level 5. If he just sits bottom, finishes his upgraded boots, maybe a Perseverance, keep the Aquila, like he's got total control of the lane. And one of the things you want to do whenever you're the core ahead, sit in one lane that you can dominate. The moment you rotate and take yourself out of the game, it doesn't matter that they killed mid.
They dominated that lane so hard too.
Yeah.
Like Doom was consistently dying.
It's a 2-armor hero.
The mid lane appeared to be like a semi even trade as well, and even the top lane, like Pangolier versus Ace, it worked nicely. But paiN Gaming, there's not enough. Now a 50-50 win rate for Pangolier. Just such a terrible, terrible thing. But panel, you're not terrible. You're amazing. Let's go back to you.
That's very kind, Toby. Yeah, I'll pass that on. Congrats to Secret after a tough game. They have managed to take down the Pango, but I don't think that was all the story. Let's find out from our three wise men on the panel as to what they made of it. Will, we could talk about the Pango if you want, but it was more than that, wasn't it, this time round?
Yeah, it was just, it felt like that move top, like Kyle pointed out, there's often times where, as a pro, you don't try to look at the game just like straight up linearly. You want to like pick out specific moments as like this led to this, led to this. So why did we do that? It was the PATP to top. When they were trying to get the kill on Ace, they thought they were going to get the kill. That kind of ruined his game. He just got Savage Lord back, didn't get anything out of the gank. Some of the bigger team fights too didn't really go their way.
It was a better performance though, wasn't it?
Oh, for sure. Like this was in my opinion, like probably one of the closer games that they've had. This was definitely winnable, but just one or two moments kind of swung things the other way. And actually, Jack had a pretty good point to make about this Death Prophet.
Yeah, it's like I said during the last series. You know, he looks Arms looks a little bit overmatched at this tournament at this level. I think we were watching in the back room. Some of the Chinese casters talked about some of the things as well, like whether it was the laning itself, to being caught out of position a number of times, to for instance that last fight at the Roche, which was probably the last gasp for paiN, kind of like not having his ult until it was a bit too late. These kinds of details will be punished by a team of Secret's caliber, and yeah, it was a really tough game for them to. It was tough for them to overcome those.
Yeah, young player obviously will, but hasn't performed here.
No, I think
Can't hide from that.
Yeah, he has had a rough time here. His positioning seems a little bit off. Like the other teams are just punishing him over and over again. Hasn't found net worth anywhere near what he needs to in any of these games. I mean, the bright side for them though is like HFN has gone off in every single one of these games.
Yep.
Like he is almost
pretty good.
Yeah, he's been top net worth I think in the last 3 games that I've casted him in. Like he lost, but like there are glimmers of hope there.
His play style is like very Rezo like though. Like they're very similar. They carry they carry the torch of the team, you know, when everything seems like, oh, nothing's going well for the team, but then you tab out net worth, wow, this guy is still ahead despite everything.
Yeah, despite everything, because there were a few mistakes in this game. Jack, you also mentioned yesterday the day before last when we watched paiN, they have this proclivity to have a good 20 minutes and then kind of lose their way again. Was the signs of that again here?
Yeah, I would say they got roped into some bad fights. You saw that mid-skirmish that kind of was TP'd into by the Death Prophet. They just get roped into bad engagements. And it can start with like a skirmish that turns into a bigger fight, like knowing when to disengage, which targets you can take mid-fight and then still get out. Those are like very hard judgments to make like in the heat of battle. And I think that's something that has been shown to be a weakness of theirs against some of these other teams. And then for HFN, like he has had some pretty good performances, but I'd also classify him as a harvester type of player where he's gonna want to go farm over, like he's gonna come into a fight mostly to try to clean things up. He's not gonna be mixing it up himself.
We used to call players like that black players. Because Black's a little bit known for farming.
Yeah, kind of similar. I think.
Back in the day, I think he kind of,
back when he was playing a lot of anti-mage.
Yes, a lot of anti-mage, a lot of invoker would disappear off the lanes just to farm whilst his team were in a 4v5 sometimes as well. Sorry, Black, but I'm just going to call you out. I still love you, buddy. On the scoreboard right now, as you can see, some good numbers being put up by the Secret team. Mid 1, 12, 3, and 17. On the flip side, the man we've been talking about, William Medeiros, HFN, 12, 6, and 17 on a losing team. Still pretty decent stats for him. And Yapzor as well, 10, 3, and 29 on the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I think Yapzor dealing the most damage in that game, probably my MVP, if I had to give one. I felt like he was pretty much everywhere on the map that he needed to be. I think this guy was incredibly dominant.
Yeah. Don't always say that about the Earth Spirit lately, do we?
No, especially since people seem to not like him as much because of the mid lane change. They've been favoring the Tusk more and more, but he made this hero look very good.
He did indeed. He did indeed. Final thoughts on paiN. That's their tournament done effectively, Winter. They're 0-6, so they can't go through now. How did they play the last game? It's always a tough one to play when you know you can't get anything out of it. I guess they just go for fun, learning stuff, and just enjoying the fact that they're at a big tournament.
They were trying really hard, though. They were. I think they played relatively well as a team, but Arms being like so far behind the other mid players in the tournament definitely made it really, really difficult. There were like fights that Tavo set up really well for his team, stunned 4 heroes, 3 heroes with the Pangolin, but they still did not find the opportunity to clean up Secret.
Yeah.
Like, what more can you ask from your teammates?
Yeah, they did an awful lot for him, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to move on. Next matchup is Mineski versus VGJ Thunder. Important for VGJ Thunder, more so than Mineski, because Mineski are already through, although Mineski will want to secure